Hey everyone, I'm Gray, and today I'm going to be talking about the possibility of the Crisis of Infinite Earths TV event that's coming in a couple of weeks. The possibility that that event could combine the TV and the film DC universes. Stay tuned. Alright, so here's the thing. Now the first caveat is, I think there's a 1% chance this happens. I don't see this happening. I don't actually think this is going to be how DC proceeds. And I know that there's obviously there's a lot of red tape here. The budgets for the TV shows versus the films are very different. So the look of the effects looks very different. A lot of people that watch the movies might not watch the shows, and potentially vice versa. Things like that, I understand that, but here's the thing. I put out a video last week that was basically saying, I was talking about, I thought maybe the DC like the cinematic universe, I think maybe it should reboot. And the main reason for this is because if you look at the original Justice League movie, right, 6 characters, Henry Cavill, probably not a part of this universe anymore. Ben Affleck, pretty much he's definitely out. It's been confirmed. Very unlikely something will change there. Ray Fisher, God knows what's happening with him, haven't heard a thing. And Ezra Miller, again, I doubt he's staying with it at this point. Doesn't seem like it. 4 of the main Justice League members, 2/3, because 4 of 6, you got 2/3 of that main original Justice League cast would, at this point, probably need to be recast. Plus the films are divisive and everything. Here's what I'm thinking. Could they be using this Crisis on Infinite Earths event to just combine what works in the film world for what has worked for them so far and what has worked on TV? Okay, so here's my thinking. For one, I believe Arrow, I think this is Arrow's last season. Maybe there's one more after this, but it's basically coming to an end soon. Which makes sense, it's been around for a long time, but it's coming to an end. The Flash is only 1 season behind it, so that could be finishing in the next couple of years, potentially. Not that I want it to, but it could be. There's that. The other thing I've been thinking is, okay, so I haven't actually read the comic book that this is based on, but my understanding is there was the multiverse, which they've got in the CW world, and the whole idea was that this comic book event, whatever happened, that multiverse turned into there being one single Earth, right? Which is, I guess, is what they're planning to do here. But here's the thing: the film world. What characters so far are working, and what cast members are staying well? Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Jason Momoa as Aquaman. So again, popular opinion is that they're quite well liked, and the movies have worked for a lot of people, I believe. And as far as we know, those actors are staying around. Also, Zachary Levi as Shazam. None of those guys, none of those characters, as far as I've seen. Now, I don't watch Legends of Tomorrow, but I watch Supergirl, Flash, and Batwoman. I gave them an hour after season 2, but to my knowledge, the characters I just mentioned do not appear, or at least not in major roles, in the CW world. Who are the characters that do? Well, we do have a prominent not prominent, but established Superman in Tyler Hoechlin, I believe his name is, who's appeared on Supergirl a few times, and he's going to be in this show and everything. Henry Cavill's out. So there's a Superman you could add to them. We've got obviously a Flash in Grant Gustin. Ezra Miller's probably out. We don't have a Batman. We definitely have the idea that there's a presence there. I believe Kevin Conroy is going to be in this, but a much older Batman. We could certainly see another version, though. We know there is a Batman that has had a presence in Gotham and, that's established in the Batwoman series. There's, by the way, I should mention, there's a Green Lantern show coming. Now, I think that, I don't know if that's CW, there might be something else, but still, there's a Green Lantern show coming. And I know Cyborg's been in Doom Patrol. And again, I will admit, these are different things. I know Doom Patrol, it's on the, well, it's different in Australia, but I know it's in America, it's the DC streaming service. You've got a lot of these things are on CW, and I believe that the Green Lanterns show that I just mentioned that's supposed to be coming is going to be like a HBO thing or something. I know all it is different, I understand that. But, if you look at it, the characters that are not well liked, and the cast members that are not staying around in the cinematic world, as far as the way it looks at the moment, they are the characters that are very prominent or have been well established in the TV world. You could, and you got Martian Manhunter, of course, from Supergirl. You could make, using the characters there, you could actually reform the Justice League. Now, I'm not saying this is what they are doing. I like I said, I think there's a 1% chance this happens. I don't think they will. I don't necessarily even think it should happen. But I actually think it's quite possible. Because what is working for DC? Honestly, at this point, a lot of it's the TV stuff. So use those characters. Use that fan base. It would make sense. And again, it's just to me, and of course it's probably coincidence, but a lot of the characters that we are not seeing in the film or probably returning are in the shows. They're going to be combining worlds. There's going to be all that crossover. Now again, there are certainly issues. Like I said, I mean, look, for TV, the effects on something like The Flash are absolutely amazing. They are. But it would actually look quite weird if you compared that to the sort of stuff you see in Wonder Woman, right? Obviously, you could make it look, but if you brought the Grant Gustin Flash, if you brought that into the DC film world, you could make that look better. But then I kind of go, well, would that maybe seem a bit weird? Would it take me out of it? Knowing that, well, that's not what I'm used to seeing. There is that, and like I said, it's all, there are different audiences for these things. They're on different channels or platforms, whatever you want to call it. I don't understand it, but DC is obviously quite intent, and Warner Bros. Quite intent on keeping the film cinematic universe they've set up. They're intent on keeping that going. They've got a bunch of new films coming out, and like I said, I mentioned in the video last week, I think they should reboot, but they're not doing that anytime soon. They're gonna, you need characters like a Cyborg, you could get away with, maybe even a Flash, but you need a Batman and a Superman, surely. They can bring these characters in. Again, do I think they're gonna do it? No. Do I think they should do it? Look, I think if they could pull it off, this would be absolutely incredible. I don't know that it's necessarily the best move. But is there a slight chance it could happen? Honestly, I think it is. We are in the age where we're seeing things like Avengers Endgame and 10 years, even 5 years ago, to know what the scale of that could be. Don't know that I've seen that. There was a time, again, not long ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, where there was no chance we were going to get a Spider-Man in the MCU. And, again, Aquaman, until quite recently, was, I think, still, but at least by the general public, seen as a joke. There are things happening in the comic book genre and in that film world that I would not have expected a very short time ago. Really insane, huge things. And so I kind of go, you know what? Maybe this could happen. Now, I honestly, I'm interested to hear what you guys think. Am I just, no way, not a chance this could happen? Do you think maybe, no, this actually sounds like this could absolutely be where they're going? I'd be curious to hear what other people think. We're going to find out very shortly. I think probably like a week or maybe less or maybe a bit more from when I'm recording this, but it's not going to be long. We're gonna see what happens on Crisis on Infinite Earths. Don't think it's gonna happen, but if they do manage to do this, merge the film world they've set up and this TV universe, that would be absolutely amazing. That would be absolutely incredible. So anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate the support. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, subscribe to my channel. And yeah, like I said, appreciate the support for watching. So thank you. I'll see you next time.